Us and for your insight. We now move over to the Middle East, where Israel has allegedly carried out a drone strike in southern Syria, targeting a Hamas member near the village of Beit Jinn, just 7 kilometers from the Israeli border, as per Israel's local media. According to reports, the IDF has not disclosed the identity of the target. Meanwhile, Hamas has released a new image of Israeli hostage Matan Zangauker, who was kidnapped during the October the 7th attack. Hamas claims Israeli forces were besieging the area where he is held and threatened to execute him should troops come near. The military has stressed in a statement that no attempt had been made to extract Zangauker, while Zangauker's mother, who is an active protester, is demanding a hostage deal, has said that she is very worried about his physical and mental state. Furthermore, the Israeli military has named 2 more soldiers killed in Friday's building explosion in the southern Gaza Strip, during which 4 in total were killed and 5 were injured. The army has stated that the troops entered a building suspected of housing tunnels and terror infrastructure, but it was rigged with explosives. The blast caused the structure to collapse, trapping the soldiers inside. In a separate development, Israel has accused Mahmoud Saber Tafesh Basal, a civil defense spokesperson in Gaza, of being an active Hamas member. According to documents seized by Israeli troops, Basal has allegedly used his position to spread disinformation and falsely attribute war crimes to Israel. Taiwan's Coast Guard has conducted joint military drills in the southern city of Kaohsiung amid what the government calls growing grey zone threats from China. The exercise, overseen by President Lai Ching-te, simulated a hijacking scenario involving international terrorists, with Coast Guard forces working alongside military helicopters to retake control of a ferry and evacuate casualties. Taiwan accuses China of engaging in provocative non-military actions, such as cutting undersea cables and illegal sand dredging, to apply pressure without direct confrontation. The Coast Guard, often the first to respond to such incidents, has been expanding its fleet, including with the Anping-class stealth corvettes equipped with anti-ship missiles. President Lai said Taiwan's government will continue to consolidate its defensive capabilities and safeguard its democracy. The drill also featured participation by top US diplomat Neil Gibson, underscoring Washington's continued interest in the region. Taiwan rejects Beijing's claims of sovereignty, maintaining that only the island's people can determine their future. We now move over to Europe, where Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene of Monaco hosted a grand state dinner to honour French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte Macron, marking a historic visit to the Principality. This visit is the first of its kind since 1984, when President Francois Mitterrand travelled to Monaco. The dinner, held at the Prince's Palace, followed a private meeting between the 2 leaders. The French delegation included high-profile dignitaries such as Christian Dior CEO Delphine Arnault and billionaire Xavier Niel. The visit coincides with Monaco's Blue Economy and Finance Forum ahead of the UN Ocean Conference in nearby Nice, where global leaders, including Macron, will discuss ocean conservation and sustainable development. More than 40,000 French citizens commute to Monaco daily, underscoring the close ties between the 2 nations. The visit also highlighted their ongoing collaboration in areas like health, safety and education, as both nations focus on a more sustainable future. Now, in a related development, world leaders have gathered in Nice, France for the United Nations Ocean Conference, a crucial global meeting to tackle what the UN calls an ocean, quote, emergency. From deep sea mining to marine protection zones, the summit is focused on protecting Earth's ailing seas. France is pushing for a moratorium on deep sea mining and ratification on a high seas treaty that could place 30% of the world's oceans under conservation by 2030. But with only half of the required signatures collected so far, the treaty remains in limbo. Critics say final declarations lack teeth, with a little mention of fossil fuels, and fear the talks could amount to more words than action. Still, organisers hope countries will step up with funding and firm commitments as talks run through to June the 13th. We now move back to the Middle East.